At some point, Marvel decided the Hulk was safe. A meme machine, walking green shrug in a cardigan. And if the MCU wants to stay interesting, it's time to bring that monster back. In 2018, Marvel Comics gave us something different, something terrifying. The Immortal Hulk, by writer Al Ewing and artist Joe Bennett, reimagined Bruce Banner not as a tragic superhero, but as something far closer to a horror movie monster. This wasn't just a new Hulk story, it was a complete reinvention. Drawing from the character's horror roots in Incredible Hulk #1 way back in 1962, Immortal Hulk transformed a gamma-irradiated alter ego into a nightmarish force of nature. The book was critically acclaimed, commercially successful, and unlike anything Marvel had published in years. Now that the MCU's version of Hulk has mellowed into Professor Hulk, green guy with glasses, it might be time to let the beast out again. Because Immortal Hulk isn't just one of Marvel's best comics in the last decade, it's the blueprint for the Hulk story the MCU desperately needs. Immortal Hulk launched in June 2018, written by Al Ewing with art by Joe Bennett, and quickly set itself apart from everything that came before. Rather than continue the superhero tone most Hulk runs follow, this series leaned heavily into psychological horror and existential dread. Even the title was a callback to the Hulk's original appearance in The Incredible Hulk #1, where the monster was first described as the strongest one there is and maybe the most dangerous. At its core, Immortal Hulk redefined Banner and Hulk's relationship with death. In this version, Bruce Banner can die, and does repeatedly, but he always comes back, often at night, with the Hulk emerging in his place. This resurrection is tied to the mysterious Green Door, a metaphysical gateway that gamma mutates pass through when they die. On the other side lies the Below Place, a nightmarish realm connected to the origin of all gamma powers, and ruled by a malevolent being called the One Below All. One of the most unsettling and original ideas introduced in Immortal Hulk is the Below Place. Not just a creepy afterlife, but the literal lowest layer of reality. Bedrock of hell. It's the domain of the One Below All, the dark antithesis to Marvel's omnipotent creator figure, the One Above All. If the One Above All is the god of creation, then the One Below All is the god of annihilation. A mindless force that exists only to destroy everything in the multiverse, until nothing remains but itself. The Below Place first appears in Immortal Hulk #5, and becomes central to the mythology of gamma mutates. When a gamma-irradiated being, like the Hulk, dies, they don't stay dead. They pass through something called a Green Door, a supernatural gateway that connects death and resurrection, with the Below Place in between. Gamma radiation in the Hulk mythos is no longer just science fiction. It's now spiritual, cosmic, and malevolent, and it emanates from this hell dimension. In Immortal Hulk, Banner is dragged into the Below Place after a chain of events involving the Absorbing Man, who tears open a green door at the Los Diablos missile base, the same site where Bruce became the Hulk decades ago. The Hulk, along with allies like Jackie McGee and Gamma Flight, is pulled into this red-hued wasteland, filled with ruins and monstrous husks called Cliviths. Twisted echoes of people they've known. The experience is surreal and apocalyptic. There, the One Below All takes the form of Brian Banner, Bruce's abusive father, who had died years prior, but was now acting as the perfect vessel for this god of annihilation. It's not just personal, it's metaphysical. The story fuses Bruce's childhood trauma with the cosmic struggle for the fate of the multiverse. Eventually, the Hulk confronts the One Below All directly and temporarily defeats it with a thunderclap, closing the Green Door and returning to Earth. But this is far from over. The leader Samuel Stearns later invades the Below Place himself, merges with Brian's soul, and manipulates events to try to break Bruce Banner completely. In Immortal Hulk #50, the final issue of the run, it's revealed that the One Below All and the One Above All are actually two aspects of the same being, destruction and creation intertwined. The theological mic drop that redefines the nature of godhood in the Marvel Universe. The Below Place makes Immortal Hulk more than a horror comic. It's an existential nightmare, a study of death, trauma, and the soul. And it's one of the main reasons why the story isn't just a good Hulk run. It's a reinvention of everything we thought we knew about it. Immortal Hulk is unlike any Hulk story before, and it's not just because of the supernatural Below Place. This series fully embraces body horror, psychological terror, and metaphysical dread, blending superhero comics with classic horror motifs in a way rarely seen in Marvel's mainstream books. One of the most chilling twists is that Bruce Banner truly can't die. Every time Banner's mortal body dies, the Hulk returns at night, Unlike the old Hulk is just a monster trope, here the Hulk is a persistent, unstoppable force. Creature of the night who emerges after the sun sets, effectively making him an immortal monster hiding inside a man. This resurrection cycle makes the Hulk terrifying in a new way, a curse that haunts Banner relentlessly. The horror elements go far beyond just resurrection. The Immortal Hulk run uses body horror extensively, from the grotesque transformation of Banner into the Hulk, to the twisted creatures of the below place called the Cliffiths, to the visceral violence that feels raw and unsettling. Artist Alex Ross's covers and Joe Bennett's interior art reinforce this grim tone with eerie, grotesque visuals and the shadow-heavy compositions that heighten the mood. Psychologically, the series dives deep into Banner's trauma, guilt, and self-loathing. The Hulk isn't just a rage monster, he's an aspect of Banner's fractured psyche, a dark protector born from years of abuse and repression. The metaphysical stakes escalate, questioning identity, morality, and the very nature of existence. Critics and fans praise Immortal Hulk for pushing boundaries. It's been lauded as one of Marvel's best modern runs because it transforms a classic character into something fresh, dark, and profoundly human. The horror influences, combined with sharp writing from Al Ewing and dynamic art, make it a standout, blending superhero action with existential horror. Honestly, I think Immortal Hulk is the kind of story that shows how far the character can go when you take risks. The brutal, unsettling dive into what makes Hulk terrifying and tragic at the same time. This run proves Hulk stories don't have to be campy or one note. They can be smart, scary, and emotionally powerful. And that's exactly why I want to see this version of the Hulk make it into the MCU. It'd bring a whole new level of depth and darkness that the character truly deserves. The MCU has already tried to lean into darker, more supernatural, and multiversal storytelling. Just look at Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness. However, bringing Immortal Hulk into the fold fits even more perfectly with that vibe. It's a natural next step to push the Hulk into a more mature, horror-infused corner of the MCU. After Endgame, Hulk hasn't really had a fresh, meaningful character arc. Immortal Hulk offers him exactly that, a reinvention that goes beyond smashing and rage. It gives Hulk complexity by exploring his fractured psyche, not just Bruce Banner and Hulk as one, but multiple versions of Hulk coexisting inside one body. Savage Hulk, Joe Fixit, Devil Hulk, and even the mysterious green door between life and death. This fractured identity would bring new emotional depth and storytelling potential that movies haven't touched yet. Plus, the horror-inspired visuals and psychological tension of Immortal Hulk would open up the MCU to a fresh genre blend. Superhero action mixed with actual horror, body horror, and existential dread. It's a bold, creative direction that could seriously expand what a Marvel movie or series could be. Honestly, I think this would be an incredible way to breathe new life into one of Marvel's most iconic characters, and fit him seamlessly into the evolving MCU landscape. Immortal Hulk offers a unique opportunity for the MCU to push its boundaries in darker, more mature storytelling while still fitting within its interconnected universe. The story's horror roots and complex character work translate well into a solo film, a limited horror-tinged miniseries, or even a special event presentation. Something that visually and tonally stands out from the typical MCU fare. The logical starting point could be post-She-Hulk, or maybe after a major crossover like Secret Wars, where Bruce Banner or the Hulk has mysteriously disappeared. This absence could serve as the catalyst for a suspenseful narrative, with other characters investigating the mystery behind the Hulk's vanishing, eventually uncovering the hidden supernatural elements of the Immortal Hulk saga. Key returning characters would anchor the story emotionally and thematically. Betty Ross could come back, and exploring her transformation into the Red Harpy would add a fresh, unsettling layer to the narrative. The leader, who has recently appeared in Captain America Brave New World, would be a perfect antagonist. His obsession with gamma radiation and control, making him an ideal villain to challenge both Banner's science and the Hulk's primal power. Mystical elements at the core of Immortal Hulk, like the Green Door, which serves as the gateway between life and death, and the One Below All, a malevolent cosmic entity embodying destruction and darkness, offer rich visual and thematic material for the MCU to explore. One of the most compelling twists the MCU could introduce is flipping the Hulk's monstrous reputation on its head. Rather than just a misunderstood hero or tragic figure, the Hulk becomes the monster, the ultimate fear of other supernatural and cosmic forces. This concept would add terrifying new dimension to the character, making him not only physically imposing but cosmically significant, elevating his role in the MCU mythology. By blending horror, psychological drama, and cosmic mysticism, an Immortal Hulk adaptation carve out a bold new path for superhero storytelling on screen. One that reinvents the Hulk, deepens the MCU's tonal diversity, and captivates both longtime comic fans and new audiences craving something fresh and intense. Marvel's Immortal Hulk reinvented the character in a way few could have imagined, turning the Hulk from just a green powerhouse into one of the most complex, psychologically disturbing, and unforgettable figures in comic book history. This series blends horror, tragedy, and metaphysical mystery, explore parts of the Hulk's character that the MCU has only just begun to touch on. If the MCU is truly ready to take risks and expand its storytelling into darker, more mature territory, Immortal Hulk offers a perfect blueprint. The mix of horror elements, combined with deep psychological split within Bruce Banner, could bring a fresh, compelling new angle to the character that longtime fans and new audiences would appreciate. So, what do you think? Do you want to see a horror-themed, more complex Hulk in the MCU? Or do you feel the big guy's better off staying retired as more of a traditional superhero? I want to hear your thoughts. What's your ideal Hulk? The unstoppable monster, brilliant scientist, or something darker, creature lurking in the shadows of Bruce Banner's psyche? Drop a comment and let me know your take. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into Marvel's most fascinating stories. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.